So we are about 1 week into Season 11, and so far, at least for my gameplay, things seem to be running pretty smoothly. However, I have heard from some of you out there saying you are having a few issues here and there, so as I do every Monday, I'd like to take a few minutes, answer some of the questions that you've sent the channel, go over what the known issues are and what the game is doing to try to fix them as soon as possible. What's up, my YouTube family? Graybeard with the Gaming Brigade, back with another Division 2 video, and as I said a moment ago, we're just going to take a few minutes this morning and talk about the things that are going on in the game this week. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and we do have giveaways here, but I'll save that to the end of the video, as I always do. Now, the one thing I want to get into first has to do with the exotic drop rate when it comes to the Anderson mission. Now, as most of you know, at the end of Season 10, you could farm the Anderson mission over and over again on any difficulty whatsoever and get a guaranteed exotic to drop at the end. And one of the concerns I had was when Season 11 began, I knew we'd be able to run the Anderson mission over and over once we got to a certain point in the seasonal reward track. But I was curious to see if the guaranteed drop at the end of the mission of the exotic item or weapon was still going to be there. Unfortunately, it's not. Now, to be very clear, the odds are pretty damn good that you're going to get one at the end, but it's just not guaranteed as it was before. You know, yesterday I put out a video, and I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. And I talked about the fact out of 7 attempts running Anderson in a row, I was able to get 4 exotics to drop, and I went crazy OCD for you. I tried every method, logging out, logging in, closing the game, firing the flare from the exact same spot over and over again. And at least from where I'm sitting, I could not find a pattern that would stick for every single run. I had a streak of 3 in a row. I thought I figured it out, then I tried a 4th just to be safe, and of course it didn't work. So again, even though it's not every time, the odds are really good that you will get one at the end. And keep in mind, this is for players who, let's say, missed out on previous seasonal exotics. This is not the fastest way to get components or anything like that. This has to do with trying to get exotics that you maybe have missed out on before. Next, my friends, we're going to talk about the known issues board, and for those of you that have no idea how to get to this thing, I'm going to leave a link to it in the video description down below. It's really a one-stop shop where you can report any issues you're having. You can see what else is going on in the game, such as issues that are being reported, stuff that's being investigated. We have other things that are in progress, fixes that are live, things that are getting ready to be live, all of that stuff. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff to go over, but I really want to focus on a few things that have to do with the beginning of Season 11. First of all, and once again to be clear, these are just some of the issues that you've brought to my attention. Starting with the Season 11 manhunt, you're going inside the White House during the call from Wally. It may result in resetting the manhunt, and they say the workaround for now is stay inside the White House until the call from Wally is over. If you travel outside, you'll need to redo the Manny intro from the beginning. Next, we have an issue with the Manning National Zoo mission where you're unable to board the monorail and finish the mission on challenging difficulty. Now, they say the workaround is to choose another difficulty option if possible. Otherwise, you can see they say the mission can't be completed in the story mode as it is set by default to be available on challenging only. The team is working on a resolution. And as we move on to the next one, this is one that a lot of you have brought to my attention. It has to do with the NinjaBike Messenger bag. You can see they say wearing the NinjaBike Messenger exotic backpack may cause the previously equipped brand set bonuses to remain active after being unequipped or replaced. They say the bonuses that were granted from the brand set that were previously equipped will remain active after the player replaces them with other gear pieces while the NinjaBike Messenger exotic backpack is on. They then go on to mention a workaround, which is switching to and from another loadout because it resets the first bonus that was stuck and enables all bonuses. Now, in my opinion, and I'm saying this because I've heard from some of you out there saying you've done that and it hasn't worked, I suggest re-putting all of your builds together and put the NinjaBike backpack on last. That should ensure that you will have no problems whatsoever. Now, unfortunately, another issue that we're having, this is a minor one, but scrolling through the stats tab with the NinjaBike Messenger exotic backpack equipped may result a brief game freeze and the stats tab to disappear. That's something, again, the game knows about, they're working on, and as you can see, it's scheduled for 17.2, which is not the next update, but it will be the one after that. So make sure when it comes to the NinjaBike and putting your builds together, just pay attention to the attributes, because you want to make sure when you're putting any build together, you're actually getting the stats that you should be getting. Moving on to another issue that I know is driving a lot of people crazy is the fact that you cannot share gear or skill mods. Now at this point you can see there is no set date on when they're going to fix it. Thankfully they know what's going on, but again it doesn't say 17.1 or 2 or whatever it is. So right now we do not have a fixed date, but thankfully the game is aware that it is going on. Now one of the reasons I recommend you should always check out the known issues page is you're also going to see when they anticipate actually implementing these fixes. Now as you look at it, you can see we have things planned for 17.1, 17.2. There are also things that aren't planned until TU18. So again, it will give you an idea when you can expect certain fixes. Now, if there are issues you are having in the game that I have not mentioned in this video, please let me know and I will try to get you some answers as quick as I can. Now, last but not least today, I want to talk about farming in the Dark Zone, as a lot of us have been jumping in there now to try to get the Eagle Bearer, the Ravenous, and the Bighorn. Now, as I start this off, I want to give a huge shout out to Rogue Demon 84. It was an absolute pleasure chatting with you yesterday. And this is just someone I randomly met while I was going from landmark to landmark. I assumed he was just going to roll up, take my stuff. I mean, that's kind of what happens sometimes in this game. But again, wanted to chat. We talked about builds, a bunch of different things as well. And the main reason I'm bringing this up is the fact that I know there are a lot of players out there who are beyond reluctant to actually go into the Dark Zone because you don't want to actually finally get something you want. You get to extraction and then it's taken. But I'm here to tell you, there's also a very good chance you're going to run into some great players who just want to help you out, things like that. And again, you could get catfished. You could have a group that says, yeah, come on, let's squad up, and you farm for an hour and then they go rogue and take your shit. That could happen as well. But remember, that's exactly what the Dark Zone is for, so be ready. But I'm telling you, once you actually get the item you wanted, you can finally extract with the thing. It is without a doubt worth your time. Which brings me to one final question a lot of you have sent the channel is, have I been able to get an Eagle Bearer as yet? And the answer is no. I have farmed countless hours in the Dark Zone since season 11 came out. I've seen a few drops. I've seen a Mantis. I've seen I think in this one I had a Pestilence, but as far as the Eagle Bearer or any of the other new ones, I personally have not seen one drop as yet. I'm going to keep trying until I do. But if you have seen one drop, let me know what you were doing in your gameplay. Was it a landmark, a named enemy? Did you take it from someone? I'm not going to judge, whatever. It's a Dark Zone. Anyway, let me know what's going on. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this up. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, and most of you know this by now, we do have giveaways here. Our current one is for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced May 4th of this year. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. And one thing I want to mention, you're going to see in the footage that Rogue Demon 84 goes rogue, takes my stuff, but I told him to do so. I was late for a family walk, and I could see the look in my wife's eyes as I was chatting away with Rogue Demon 84. So I was like, you know what? Someone in my vicinity is going to go rogue. It's going to be my wife, but thankfully Rogue Demon took the heat. He took me out. I was like, oh, here we go. Let's take off. So again, it was a pleasure playing with you. And to everyone else, I wish you nothing but the best and luck in farming, and let me know what happens. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out, but like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Now detecting contaminated gear. Landmark has been cleared.
So, Devil, I played with you before. Hey, it's fucking Sergeant Graybeard. So fucking way, yeah, okay. Hey, what's up, buddy? I wonder if he can hear me right now. Holy shit.
Landmark has been cleared.
Let's see what Mr. Graybeard is wearing. His Fury, Memento, Badger Tough.